So let's move on. Lesson 3 is overview of ESXI. So in this lesson we will be covering what is the ESXI host architecture and how the DCUI you can use to configure the ESXI host. And to view the ESXI host settings like the processor memory configuration, licensing, DNS routing and other security profile features. And discuss the user best practice. So about ESXi host, as I've told that ESXi is a POSIX based, which is a portable operating system interface, standard operating system based on Unix platform. POSIX, POSIX, portable operating system interface.
What is X stand for in the last?
It's you can say that for infrastructure. Basically, it's used as we just call it as portable operating system interface. Yes, so as we are using an evaluation, we are using ESXi host in evaluation mode, which is freely available, and you can download it from the VMware website, or you can either purchase that. Now, purchasing based off ESXi host is on per socket basis. So it depends on how many sockets, for how many sockets you want to purchase the license. So if you have whether you are purchasing it for two processor sockets. So you just so licensing of ESXi host is based on CPU socket, or you can use the free version of it. That can be downloaded from the VMware website. Now it has the high security features like memory hardening, which means all the user mode or kernel mode applications, or you can say that the boot files of the ESXi host get located at the random location in the memory. Okay, so it's difficult for attackers to detect the location. So this is a feature, and it is mostly available in all operating systems, so ESXi will also have it. Then kernel module integrity. So this means the kernel modules, like you can say that device drivers, should be digitally signed by the VMware. It will not allow to install any other device driver if it is not certified by the VMware. Okay. So the trusted platform module, as you must know, it's a hardware chip inside your motherboard. It's the feature that if you can say that in Windows, if you have seen the BitLocker, when you right click on your C drive, there is a feature called BitLocker. So it's same feature, trusted platform module, which is also available for the ESXi host. So it provides, it's just to make it more secure. And also it provides security in terms of, because it has small disk footprint, which means its boot files are very small, in just as 150 MB in size. So it gives the attacker less space to attack. So this is how security works. And also you can install the ESXi host on a hard disk, on a SAN-LUN, or you can use it on a USB, SD cards and diskless. Now talking about the physical and virtual architecture. Yeah. So as we have already talked about how things happen in the physical architecture, your operating system is responsible for scheduling the processes onto the CPU, allocating RAM, then doing this send and receive from the network card, read and route from the disk. So all these things are now taken care by the hypervisor. So in the hypervisor, which we also called as VM kernel, it receives the request from the virtual machine for resources from the virtual machine monitor. So as you can see, there are 5 virtual machines and there are 5 VMM processes. Now this is a process which is running in VM kernel inside the hypervisor. So this VMM actually acts as an interface between the virtual machine and hyper. So whenever virtual machine demands for resource, this interface, VMM interface, actually passes the request to the VM kernel. That virtual machine wants to schedule the process onto the CPU. So VMM is actually passing this request to the VM kernel to them. And there are some other several interfaces, that is for like web client, VI client. So web client you can use when you have vCenter server, when you are managing your ESXi host through vCenter server. You can use a vSphere client as well, and you have various API and SDKs which allows the third-party plugins or the application interfaces to be get integrated with the vSphere environment. Then you have VCLI, which gives you a command line interface, and there is a SIM interface, which is a hardware management, the configuration tab of ESXi host. So the hardware capabilities that it's shown on to the vSphere client is actually pulled by this SIM, hardware management interface. Okay, so it's like a chip which is inside your hardware onto your server. So the SIM interface inside the VM kernel actually pulling out that hardware information and displaying it in the vSphere client.
So do we have to do anything with this when we are installing a VMware, or it's just as architecture we are understanding?
Yeah, it's an architecture. This is how actually the VMware works. Sorry, VM kernel works. So VM kernel has these all interfaces that help him to communicate with these all. Uh, it's a scripting tool. Like you have the command line to do
Right,
the yeah. So this is the thing. VCLI is used for for creating the scripts and do the command. It's like a command line interface. And also there is a vSphere Power CLI. So Power CLI and VCLI gives you command line interface.